Lie number 3. Daddy, why can't I have long hair, piercings, and tattoos? Because the Bible says so, my son. But it also says that you cannot have a beard or that you should be wearing linen underwear. But those, my son, are just simply ceremonial laws that we don't have to follow today. You know, like sacrificing animals or observing the Sabbath. But tattoos, don't you even dare do that on your skin. I mean, you would think that I pretty much didn't care about that. But you would be wrong. It took me 27 years to get my first piercing. Why? Because I was told exactly that. They told me that the laws in the Old Testament, in the Torah, were divided in pretty much 3 different categories: ceremonial laws, civil laws, and moral laws. And that we pretty much don't have to care about the ceremonial laws, which included the weird underwear and the beard and the shaving of the hair. But according to these teachers, tattoos and piercings were not ceremonial laws. They were more like moral laws that you had to follow, that everyone who calls themselves Christian has to follow. So I always thought that it was super clear which laws were ceremonial and which were civil. You know, and I wasn't willing to do the research because have you ever read Leviticus? Have you ever read Numbers? I would rather not have all this than to read Leviticus or Numbers. So I never found out. But you know, turns out such categorization in the scriptures does not exist. These are all arbitrary categories that were added and imposed to the text later on, hundreds and hundreds of years later. These categories or divisions do not come from the text itself. So then who decides which commandment fits in which category? Well, as you might guess, there is no international universal church committee that decides, well, this fits in this category, this fits in, Exodus 21:23 fits in civil, Leviticus 1:22 fits in, okay, that's moral. I laugh because I don't want to cry. Because the truth is, if you were told that something that you wanted to do, you weren't allowed to do because the Bible said so, and when you pointed up, but what about this? And they said, oh no, that's a ceremonial law. They just made that up. They just made that up on the spot. That's exactly what happened. Just to shush you, they made it up on the freaking spot. And it's not just their fault. They did it to them as well.